Started. So, welcome to another Philly Yongmudo Temple Hapkido stay-at-home workout. For those of us who are really trying to just keep working out, keep working on some of our Yongmudo and other martial arts skills, that's what we're oriented on here. So we're not going to be doing as much teaching, but we're going to show you how to do something, try to give you some feedback on how to do it a little bit better, but also at the same time, the emphasis is going to be on just trying to get a workout. We're all just trying to kind of stay mentally happy, mentally healthy as we quarantine, and especially as communities begin to contemplate the pace of opening up and what that means. We also know that for us in Yongmudo, since most of our workouts are person to person, sweat to sweat, there's a lot of risk of transmission, and so we'll probably be able to only get together much later on in the process at the green or post-green level or third or post-third level, whatever it is in your community. So with that said, what you need today is your dobok wrapped buddy. I've got a pillow inside of a sweatshirt. I've got a couple rolled up towels that basically rolled up long ways and then shoved into the arms with a belt. And we'll need something like this because we're going to be working mostly on arm bars today after we do our warm-up. So you'll want that. You'll want some light/medium weights, as well as maybe a water bottle, towel, that sort of thing, and of course some space to work out in. So we're going to get started on our warm-up. So first thing is we're going to start off with our 50 jumping jacks. So let's go ahead. Yeah, let's just get started. 50 jumping jacks. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 45, 46, 47, 8, 9, 50, and stop. Okay. Next, we're going to do groundwork drill. We're going to start off with push up to a kick out, and then we're going to do some, also grab some weights. We're going to do squat with an overhead lift. So I'm going to take my 5-pound weights, put them right there. First thing we're going to do, start up in a push-up position, but legs a little wide. Okay, make sure they're wide. You're going to do a push-up. Left hand comes up, right foot kicks out, come back, and then we repeat on the other side. So we're going to alternate left and right. We're going to do 10 of them, and then we're going to stand up and do 10 squats with an overhead arm lift. As we're doing the squats, make sure that you are keeping the back straight. Think about sitting down. Go down as low as you want, as you're comfortable. Then as you come up, you're pulling up close here and lifting overhead as you come up. Okay? It'll actually be a more effective curl for your beach muscles if you ever get to go to the beach again, ever. All right. So push up to a kick out. We're going to do 10, 5 left, 5 right, alternating. Then we're going to do our squats with overhead lifts. All right. Ready. And down. Push-up position. And 1 left. 1 right. 2 left. 2 right. 3 left. 3 right. 4 left. 4 right. 5 left. 5 right. Jump up, grab your weights. Squat with an overhead lift. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Back down. Push up with a kick out. So in your push up position, legs wide. And 1 left. 2, right, 3, left, right, I think that's 2 full, 3, left, 3, right, 4, left, 4, right, 5, left, 5, right, back, squat with overhead lift, grab your weight, standing up, feet shoulder width or so apart, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right, pop the weights off to the side for now. Last set on our warm-up. It's going to be our stretch kicks. So make sure you've got your space. Left foot forward, right foot back. Good posture. You're going to be rotating on the support leg as you do the kick. Think more about the stretch than thinking about a kick. All right. Straight up and down. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, switch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, switch, left foot forward, right foot back. This time we're doing our out to in stretch kick. Remember to rotate on the support leg, good posture, trying to keep the hands up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Phil, you're dropping your hands.
6. Switch. Right foot forward, left foot back, left leg kicking. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And switch. Left foot forward, right leg is doing an in to out stretch kick. If you're just joining us, saw someone blink on, make sure you've got your gi buddy ready to go. Do whatever warm-up you need for the next 2 to 3 minutes. You don't have to do exactly what we're doing. All right, in to out stretch kick, bring it up close, opening up, stepping through. Ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch. Right foot forward, left leg is kicking. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one, 6. Good. All right, roll out those hips. And down to the knees. And toes and ankles. All right, little back twist, upper body. Good, chain breakers. Catch that right arm, pull it across. And left arm, pull it across. And right arm, tuck behind your head. And left arm, tuck behind your head. All right. Go ahead, grab some water. And I'll begin explaining what we're doing next. The setup that I have for today is that in between the technical portion stuff that we're going to be working on, the drilling, we're going to be doing more squats with overhead lifts. So you might want to get those same weights that you just had. Don't let them get away too far from you. I may actually upgrade. I'm kind of stuck. I wish I had 10 pounders, but I've got 5s and 15s. 5s feels too light, and 15s just, well, it's a Saturday morning. So I don't know how I'm feeling. All right, so we're going to start off first with a drill from mount, working on basic arm bar. All right, so I'm getting my guy set up here, my little gi dummy. I'm going to adjust my height just a little bit here so we've got a little bit better view on what I'm doing. All right, so the first drill we're going to do is something we've done before, but I'm still going to go over it again. We're going to start off in mount position. So I've got my knees around their chest cavity, pulled in tight. I want to keep them as snug as possible, and my heels are in too, okay? I have some flexibility in how far forward I'm going to go depending on what I'm doing in here. Most people have to do one of two things. They have to protect their arms, or they've got to protect against a choke, okay? Now the thing is that as I go for arm bars and chokes, I'm usually overbalanced a little bit forward, which gives them some room to fight. We're gonna we're gonna work on an arm bar, okay? So what I wanna do is we're gonna start off, you're gonna have this arm bar, you're gonna go cross arm, grab, you can either grab at the wrist. I also like to hook around the elbow if I can get it. So it all depends on what kind of arm they're giving me. You get to think about whichever one you want. We're gonna hook around, get control over this arm. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stand up here, arc up, I'm gonna pull them up and open. This has now opened up this angle a bit, which will weaken it as I go to sit into the arm bar. Now that I'm here, I've got to take this leg and swing it over their head and sit back down into the arm bar, okay? Now, if this were a real person and they were my partner, I'd have to go a little slower than that because I don't want to rip out their shoulder or their elbow. I also don't want to just sit on them really hard, especially also, though, if you have a hard floor, you're going to want to go a little bit gentle on this. So first, make sure you've got room to your left because you're going to be sitting off to the left. So cross arm, leg comes up, pull up, keep this in tight, swing the leg over, sit down, and then we're gonna come back up. That's one, all right? So we're gonna do 5 left, 5 right. Any questions? Okay, good. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. I'm just gonna call out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're going a little slow, that's fine. If you're going double speed than me, that's fine. But think about the technique. Break it down into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps, okay? Ready, and 1. 2 left. 3 left. 4 left. 5 left. And now we're going to the right. So if you need to, shift your guy over so you've got room to your right. And cross arm, which means we're sitting back to the right. Left arm is controlling their left arm. Bring up the knee, open up the chest, swing the leg over, sit back. All right, ready. And 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Good. All right, questions? Nice and smooth, easy. Okay.
Back up so quickly. How do you get back up from the armbar so quickly?
How do I get up?
Yeah. Just in the sake of the drill.
Oh, for the drill, I'm sitting up into them. Now I'm putting my hand behind me, and I'm doing our version of standing up to base, where now the left leg, the one that's over their head, is going to shoot back in here, and now I'm back on top of them.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Let's go ahead and let's do another 5 left, 5 right. All right? So make sure you've got room to your left. And ready. Left 1. Left 2. Left 3. Left 4. Left 5. Oh, and it's stuck on my partner's head. Okay. Now going to the right. Need a moment. Resituate. I will move weights out of the way so I don't brain myself on them. And ready. Going to the right. 1. Right 2. Right 3. Right 4. Right 5. And pause. Let's go ahead and grab your weights. We're going to do squats with an overhead lift, and then we're going to come back to this. So if you've got some questions, cool. All right, squat with an overhead lift. We're going to do 10 of them. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So questions on this arm bar. Okay, it's probably a review for most of you. What I want you thinking about though is taking your time with the steps, smoothing out the transitions, but really you still want to hit mark 1, hit mark 2, hit mark 3, and not just try to go into the arm bar. So take a little bit of time, feel those transitions, smooth them out and make them better, but hit every mark 1 step at a time. Okay?
Can you show the steps, each step again, slowly?
Okay, so each step, first, I'm going to start with holding the hand in same side, but remember I want right hand, cross hand control. So I'm going to reach through and either grab the wrist or grab the elbow. So this is 1, right? 1. 2 is coming up. So I open them up and I've got control over them, okay? This, I still have this arm locked in. That's 2. 3, I'm actually gonna, for this drill, I'm planting a hand here on their head so they can't kind of roll up on me more than I want them to. Swing the leg over, that's 3 or 4, and now open them up, sitting back, that's 5, okay? I especially like taking time with this last one. I've got them hooked around the elbow. I've got their arm controlled. I want to make sure that I don't accidentally just sit back too fast and rip out an elbow. So I am taking my time sliding up their arm on this, using my legs and hips to do the drop. Okay, questions? Is that good? Okay, so how many people have enough space to tick-tock left and right? Or who does not have space to tick-tock left and right? Okay, 2 people do not have space to tick-tock left and right at least. So we're going to just do 5 left, 5 right, 5 left, 5 right again, okay? Then we'll do squat with overhead lift, and then we'll move on to our next arm bar. So make sure you've got room off to your left side. And we're going to do 5, nice and easy, on your own. Ready, 1. Left, 2. Left, 3. Left 4. Left 5. All right, slide to your left so that you can sit to your right. One thought on this, I got the cross arm control. Then as I come up, I'm not just coming up and leaving this gap in here between my knee and their body. I want to try to pinch it in here tight so that I don't give them room to move around, scrunch around. I get better control over. Yes, it'll make it a little bit harder to get that leg over, but I've got control. All right, so falling to our right, left hand is controlling their left hand. Ready, 1. Right 2. Right 3. Right 4. Right 5. Good. All right. We're going to do another 10. You can either do 5 left, 5 right, or you can tick-tock left, right, left, right. I know a couple of people don't have space, and just do the best you can. It's all right.
Question.
Yes.
You're getting up so fast, because I'm doing it and I can't see you, but it takes me half that time to get untangled from the dummy.
That was the same question someone else had. All right, so I am moving. So now that you're maybe watching, I'm here, I'm into my arm bar, and I'm right in here, right? And I'm sitting back and I open up. From here, I'm gonna sit up, plant the hand behind me. So if I'm holding their left arm, my left leg is over their head, my left hand goes back, and now basically what I'm gonna do is pop up the hips, my left leg is gonna come back, and it just comes right in here to the side of the rib cage, and it's a smooth transition from there. Questions? All right, so we're gonna do another 5 left, 5 right, or just 10 tick-tocking, depending on what your space is. Remember, just do the best you can with it. What we're trying to do is, while we're getting a good core workout and a little bit of other stuff here, want you a little bit of technical focus on this. Take your time with it, feel the transitions, get it built into your muscle memory. Okay, so ready, I'm gonna just do 10 counts. So you do them on your own, whether you're gonna do left and right or left and then right. Okay, ready, and 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 2 more, 9. 10. 11. Good. All right, grab your weights. Overhead lifts. Easy 10. And ready. Feet shoulder width apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right, take a quick break if you want. Grab a sip of water.
I tell you what, those are easier to do if I don't respect my partner's face.
Yeah. And the question is, when you're doing groundwork, how much should you be respecting their space?
Face.
Like, hurt them?
Facial reason.
Yeah.
The other shoulder is just horribly dislocated and just flops around its back when I try to sit back up. Really, I feel terrible, like insult to injury.
Yeah, and especially with the so I've got the full 40-pound guy, so that makes it a little bit easier. But yeah, just don't respect him too much. All right.
No, I mean the face. I can plant my hand directly on their forehead or whatever to help move around.
Yeah.
Well, have you rolled with Rob? I mean, that's a classic move.
All right. So next, we're going to be doing the rest of it. We're going to do from guard. So you want to look up for a second. We're going to be doing the. I've got him in my closed guard. So I've got my legs caught nice and tight. I've got a circle around them, right? And then right in here in between. What we're going to do is we're going to do a cross-arm armbar, which is very similar. We'll end up in a very similar position. So a lot of the things are going to be very similar, okay? So first off, I'm going to go towards right hand across arm, right? Okay? Just as we were doing before, going to our left side first in a way. So right hand grabs their right arm. I'm now going to take this left foot and I want to plant it. My knees are tight, okay? I'm still hooking with this right foot and keeping this left foot, this left knee very tight because I don't want to give him room to move around. From here, I'm now going to rotate my body 90 degrees as much as I can, all right? Actually, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go same side. Sorry, we're going to go same side. We're going to push that across, hold it in here. Knees are tight. Push off the left foot so I can get 90 degrees. Now my right hand is going to go kind of to that close side hip. I think it's their left side hip. Right leg comes, left leg comes over, and now swing them down and open back up again into the arm bar. Okay? So again, starting here, we've got them in closed guard. Same side. Pull that arm in. Maybe grab them around the head to get a little bit of extra control. I'm going to unlock the closed guard. Left foot is going to go right here by their hip. I'm going to keep the right foot hooked in to keep them close as I can. Keep nice and tight. Now I'm going to rotate 90 degrees underneath them. And if I only have that light pillow guy that only weighs 5 pounds, yeah, you're going to have to be really careful to keep them in place, but that's kind of what you want to happen anyway. Now my right hand is going to go to their close hip. Grab that hip. You could also grab their kind of inner thigh just inside the knee if they had one. Left leg swings over. Push them all the way over. Sit back into the arm bar and open up. Questions?
What does your right hand do? Does it push?
Yes, the right hand is basically coming under and flipping them over, pushing them over. Let me rotate. I'm going to rotate around here. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Okay, so from this angle here, I'm going on the left side, going to my left side, their right arm. Cross arm, unhook, plant the left foot. Right leg is going to stay nice and tight. You can't see the left leg anymore. This right hand at this point, as I rotate in here 90 degrees, this right hand's going to come in under here. You can just grab your buddy by the hip. This will help control them so that as you swing the leg over here, I'm going to basically push them over with that hand. All right? Questions? Cool. Okay, let's go ahead and let's do it. So, I assume most of you still only have space on one side. So we're just going to do one side and then we'll do the other side. So for now, let's make sure you have most of your space off to your left side. You'll need a little bit to your right because your head's going to swing over there. But most of the space you're going to need is to your left side. All right, so start with your buddy in your guard, closed guard. Let's walk through it all together, just 1 or 2 times. So listen to me as I talk. Same side, grab control of the wrist, unhook. Left foot goes by their hip. Right foot stays hooked. Rotate 90 degrees to my right. Take that right arm, grab that hip. Take that left leg, swing it over their head. And now I'm going to push up with my legs and with my right hand. Roll up, grab the arm, sit back. Questions? Got it? All right, so let's go to our left a bunch of times. Ready, and 1. And arm bar. And sit up, pull them back. And number 2. Arm bar. Sit up, pull them back. 3. And pull them up. 4, cross arm control, pull them down. Pivot. Swing the hands left over. Arm bar. Pull them back up. And 5, I don't know what number we're actually on. Arm control, pull them down, unhook the closed guard, pivot, grab that leg, swing it over. Arm bar. And let's do another one. Control the arm, pull them down, unhook, pivot, swing the leg over, swing them over, arm bar. And pull them up. Let's do another one. Same side, arm control, pull them down, unhook the closed guard, pivot, grab that leg, swing it over, arm bar. Good. All right, let's go to the other side. So make sure you have room to your right now. And you've got them in closed guard. My right hand is going to grab their left arm, pull it across, control them down a little bit, unhook. Right foot goes by their right hip. Left foot stays hooked over their body. Pivot 90 degrees. Now the leg swings over as I control that hip, swing them over, and sit back into the arm bar. All right, questions? Okay, so let's go. We're gonna do 5 or 6 going, taking them to our right, attacking that left arm in an arm bar. And 1. This arm bar, sit up, pull them back, control the arm, pull them down, unhook, pivot, keep them tight, swing the leg over, sit up, arm bar, and pull them back in. And control the arm, pull it across, unhook, pivot, swing the leg over, sit control, and arm bar, keeping them tight, sit them back up. And control the arm, pull them down, unhook, pivot, swing the leg over, control that hip, and over, arm bar, and come back, bring them back. Control the arm, pull it across, pull them down, unhook, pivot, swing the leg over, sit up, arm bar, sitting back, and pull them back in. Let's do one more on that side. And control that arm, pull them in, unhook, close guard, plant the foot, pivot, swing over, arm bar. Oh, good. All right. Questions on that?
I feel like I don't, like I'm just kind of rolling them forward, not pushing them.
You are pushing them. You're going to start with a push, and then they're going to begin to basically fall over to that side. And as they begin to fall over, you're going to roll up with them. But mostly you are pushing them over and flipping them over so that they roll over onto their back.
I think it's more intuitive if you have done it first on someone with legs.
And then also, do you reach your hand down to their hip before or after you swing your leg over their head?
It'll happen at about the same time. If you reach in to grab that leg, so for me, there's a trade-off in there where I'm oftentimes using, let's say I'm using that hip lifting, that leg lifting hand, I'm using that to help control their arm. And so there's a game in there for me where I'm trying to pivot, and then I want to keep them in that armbar position. I'm trying to keep them locked in. that leg lift really helps, but I also want to make sure I'm still controlling their arm. So that will probably happen about the time, let's say it's either at the time or after I get that leg swung over their head. Does that make sense? That said, you can also use that hand. You can reach down and use that hand to help you pivot. So let's say I am closed guard here, and I'm going to be attacking this left arm. When I take this left foot and put it down here, I'm just pushing. But if I could reach down here and grab, then I've got the push and the pull to help me rotate and now come here to the arm bar. Does that make sense? So what I'm saying is there are trade-offs to, they all help. There are probably some trade-offs to when you do which ones. And I am not that specific yet about exactly when I like to do it. For me, usually that leg becomes a little, that hand pushing on the knee becomes a little bit more of an afterthought than I would like. So I'm trying to do it sooner and sooner. Okay, let's see, cross arm bar, yeah. Okay, so let's go. Next one, I wanted to go from this cross arm bar. So we're gonna move into this cross arm bar, but then we're gonna say there's a problem with it. And we're gonna come up with a technique that comes after. And the question is whether you guys wanna do triangle choke, head triangle, although most of your players don't have heads. Or we can move into the bent arm, and for this is, I've been totally blanking on the name of this.
Kimura.
What?
Kimura.
Yeah, Kimura. So we can do a Kimura as a transition out of this too. So would you guys prefer the head triangle or the Kimura?
I put Kimura.
I like head triangle because my buddy has a head, but you know, if it's easier on everyone else to do Kimura, it makes more sense.
All right, we'll do Kimura. All right, we will do Kimura. Okay, so here's how we're gonna do this. So I've got my dummy here, right? I've got them in their closed guard. I'm going for this arm bar. So my left hand is grabbing their right arm, right? And I'm gonna go through all the steps that I was working on the arm bar. So my left foot comes down. Again, my knee and the right foot is still, this right foot is still hooked. This left knee over here is still nice and tight. I'm gonna pivot here to rotate, okay? Now, I'm gonna start to go for this arm bar in here, right? And for some reason, let's say, this arm pulls out. I didn't get a good position, okay? So the arm I am holding gets pulled out, but I've got this other arm still here. I still have it isolated because my right leg is underneath, okay? So what we're gonna do from here is we're gonna let go of that same side hand, okay? And now what I'm gonna do is just plant the foot a little bit more. I'm gonna hook this foot further through. Here's the key thing I need to do though. As I begin to roll up straight forward towards their head with this Kimura, I need to make sure they don't roll forward out of it. So I'm gonna take this hand and I'm gonna just grab onto that close hip, all right? I can also grab onto that close knee, depending on the position, okay? And from here, I'm gonna sit up and I'm gonna push them down, and I'm gonna take a couple of steps to sit up here. But notice I'm still keeping this right hand locked to their left hip so that they can't roll over. I'm gonna push them forward. So basically, you guys know the arm bar where you kind of do the zigzag, and keeping them off balance makes it harder. By shoving them towards this corner here, I make it harder for them to use this other arm to resist and to get prepped for try to do a rollover even though I'm holding them here. Now, I sink right in here. I've got their hand right up against my chest. I'm sitting right up against them, leaning on them so they can't roll up, and now I can come forward. Okay, so one more time. We are going for the arm bar. Left hand grabs theirs. Isolate, pull in. Ready? Unhook, plant the left foot, right foot stays hooked. Pivot my 90 degrees. Leg comes over, and for some reason at this point I blow it, right? I don't have control over this arm anymore. It slips out, they're too strong for me. I'm keeping this strong position in here, right? Keep this right knee tight up against their armpit. Right hand is gonna grab their hip. Left foot comes down. I'm now gonna shove them forward, rise up on top into my Kimura and using my body to do the pain. Questions? You want to see it one more time from another angle? No.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I'm going to rotate this direction here. Okay. So I got closed guard. I'm going for this hand over here that you can't see very well. Hold in here, right? I unhook. My left foot comes down to their hip. Right leg is staying hooked. Reach down, rotate 90 degrees, okay? Now at this point, I'm gonna end up attacking this arm. I'm keeping this knee tight, keeping this in here, right? So from here, I lift this leg over, for even if I don't get there, I lose that arm. I wanna keep these knees tight. I'm gonna reach in here, grab this hip. I'm gonna turn my body, keep turning so I'm even further past 90 from where I was, almost 180, and I'm going to shove them forward, sit up on them. I've got their hand right here, and I've got the Kimura nice and tight. And I'm very nice and close to them, keeping my weight on them and keeping control on them, okay? You might even take a hand, put it across their back, like this. You grab onto their key top. Now I've got 2 points because I've got my hand by the back of their head and my elbow in the middle of their back to help me control them as I sit on top, okay? All right, questions? All right, let's go ahead and do that. We are gonna, spacing. I'm not sure what the spacing is on this because I've been talking too much. You know what? You're gonna have we're gonna go to our left. So we're gonna start attacking their right arm and then we're gonna switch to their left arm, but we're gonna be moving to our left and all that'll be the same. We need a little bit of space on the right, but most of the room we need is gonna be off to our left side, okay? So I will rotate here. I'm going to be going to my left. So start in closed guard. We're going to try 5, nice and easy. I'm going to try to kind of call it out as we move from step to step, but feel free to go a little bit faster if you're up to that. Okay, so left arm grabs, same side. Unhook, left foot comes to hip, right hand goes to the other hip, pivot 90 degrees. Left leg gets ready to swing over, lose that right arm. Left hand stays at their hip. Rotate, pushing, sitting up into the Kimura. And come back. All right, number 2, close guard. Control that same side arm. Unhook, pivot. Get ready to swing that arm over, doesn't work. Control that right arm, it's their left arm, and begin rotating, pivot, sit up, hold, pivot, push up, and come back. Oh, yeah, this one's feeling hard. Okay, so same side, control, nice closed guard, line hook, pivot, 90 degrees, swing that leg over, miss the control, swing that foot in, push, pivot, push, come up, keep control over them, get the Kimura. All right, let's do that again. And close guard. Left hand controls that arm. Unhook, left foot to their hip, pivot, right hand to their hip, pivot, go for the arm bar, blow the arm bar, pivot some more, keep a hand on that close hip as you push them, sitting up on top of them into the arm bar. And one more on that side, and we're going to go to the other side. All right, so close guard. Control that left side arm. Left foot comes to their hip. Right hand goes to their hip, other hip. Pivot 90 degrees. Go for the arm bar, not getting it. Swing that foot over. Pivot more. Keep a hand on that right hip. Sit up, push, pivot, push, sitting up. Good. All right, let's go to the other side. So make sure you've got room to your right for the arm bar, for the cross arm arm bar, and then transitioning into the Kimura on the other arm. All right, so we're starting off, closed guard. Right hand grabs that same side arm. Left hand goes to their hip, pivot 90 degrees. You get ready to go for that arm bar, and you can't quite get it. So I'm going to bring that foot back down. Left leg is going to push through. Right, left hand is holding their hip. Sit up. Push them through. Push them through. Come up into the Kimura. All right. Again, closed guard. Sorry, I got to reacquire my space. Okay. Closed guard. Same side. Pull it across. Down. Left hand goes to their hip. Right foot pivots you around from their hip. Get ready to go for that arm bar. No good. Plant again. Pivot. Pivot. Push. Push. Sit up. Swing the legs through. Keep your weight on top of them. Kimura. And come back. And again, close guard. Control that right hand, right side arm. Plant the foot. Pivot. Pivot. Get ready to go for the arm bar. No good. Keep that left hand by their hip. Push, push, push. Sit up. Push, pivot, and up. Coming back. Oh, all right. Couple more. Right hand controls that right arm side. The arm on the right side. Plant the hip, foot by the hip. Grab the other hip. Pivot. Swing the leg over, not working. Bring it back down. Push, push. Keep that arm. Push. Rotate up into the Kimura. All right, one more. Going for the arm bar on their left arm, right side, your right side. Control that arm. Pivot. Control. Swing the leg over. No good. Bring it back. Pivot. Push, push, and come up on top, and you've got the Kimura. All right. Questions? A lot of brain stuff going on in there. I know there's a lot of little steps, and what hopefully we're going to work on coming out of today is getting those little steps down. You gotta walk before you can run. I know that running, they're all controlled falling, but the point is, for this, we want to make sure we're going step by step by step so that you don't miss something, so that you know you got it nice and tight, and then you can move on. Very little of this is going to be speed-based, like rushing into the Kimura or rushing into the arm bar, without getting those technical details, those little steps down well. All right, so is there any questions on that Kimura? Okay, let's go ahead. We got about 5 minutes left, so let's do a quick stretch, cool down. Move your dummy out of the way. Make sure you've got a little bit of space. Again, let me readjust my height. And necks, sure. Let's start with the necks. Nice big circles. Good. And now shoulders, big circles. Switching directions. Good. Chain breakers, nice and easy. And easy back twist. You might not have realized it, but we did a lot of back and core stuff with these arm bar workouts because a lot of the movement is using swivel the hips, is using your backs and stomach muscles. So we didn't get as much legs as I would have liked. Yes, you're using legs throughout all this. Just trying to think about what needs to be cooled down and stretched most. All right, down to the knees. Switching directions at your leisure, working way slowly deeper and deeper. Good, and pick up the right foot, easy circles. And switching feet, left foot coming up, circles with your left foot. You've already done the left and you're working on your right, no worries. Good, all right. Hands reaching up straight for the sky. Put in some side stretches in here. and forward fold. Bend the knees, ragdoll up, and swan dive back down, second time. Yes, your hamstring is going to be tight, because when you think about it, a lot of that movement was all about pulling in with the heels up against your opponent, which is tightening up those hamstrings. Good. And now walk those feet back so you're in a high plank position. Low plank, scooping forward, upward dog. Hold it here. Relax the glutes, relax the back muscles. Tuck the toes under, rock back for downward dog. Get those calves and hamstrings. And come to high plank. Hold it. And from here, let's bring the left leg up and in and do a pigeon stretch. So I'm trying to get my shin more parallel or more perpendicular to the way I'm facing, more parallel to the line of my chest. And I'm dropping my weight down and back, feeling the stretch in the left hip. And if I can rotate my hips so that they're more parallel to the line of my shoulders or parallel to the line that I'm hoping my shin will get, then I can get a little bit of hip stretch on the right as well. Good. And from here, just kind of sit up. Let's take that right leg, swing it all the way across, hug that knee into your chest. Trying to drop that right hip to the ground, back straight. Take the right hand, put it behind you, left arm goes outside the right knee, back twist. And untwist, your right leg is going to go back, almost to the half pigeon. Get back up to your plank, drop back down to downward dog. Now the right leg comes forward, tuck that right knee underneath you. We're going to go into the pigeon on half pigeon on the right side. Trying to get that right shin parallel to your shoulders, trying to get your hips parallel to your shoulders. And sitting down, take that left foot, swing it all the way over that right knee. Hug that knee into your chest. Back straight, dropping your left hip to the ground. And left hand goes behind you, right elbow goes outside your left knee, back twist. And untangle. Let's go ahead and windshield wiper the hips a bit. Good. All right. Slightly quick of a cool down for everyone. I know. I'm sorry. Thank you all for joining us. We will all get through this together. Maybe a little bit uncertain about what is going to happen, but we know that things like martial arts are going to be last on the list because of the degree of contact and how hard it is to practice proper social distancing and protection. Anyhow, it's Saturday afternoon. I got some gardening done. I'll get a little bit more done. Maybe you will too. Try to enjoy the day. Take kind of the calmness and the happiness of getting a good workout and take that into your day with you. So thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Stay happy, stay healthy. Bye.